Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Winston-Salem, North Carolina for Week 12 of the 2017 college football season. Your Deacons ride on a 6-game win streak. They're 7-2 overall, and they still lead the ACC Atlantic Division. The only team to even have a chance in the conference, the Clemson Tigers. They play to NC State today. Deacons play to Maryland. If the Deacons win, it's not guaranteed, but they will still be one game ahead of the Clemson Tigers, who, oh, by the way, they play next week in Death Valley. So next week, regardless of what happens, will be the game of the year, and possibly the game of the franchise in its entirety. Not only because it is for an ACC division lead, it is for a trip to possibly one of the BCS bowl games. And the last time Wake Forest went to a bowl game, that was of this importance, never. So this could be a first time thing for all Wake Forest fans. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BB&T Field. The Maryland Terrapins and the Wake Forest Deacons are set to get it on. Let's pick things up. 8:30 to play in the first quarter. Maryland goes 3 and out. So, what does Wake Forest do on their first drive? Well, they're going to start with this young man, Desmond Wortham. He picks up 1 yard. And then on 2nd and 9, Thomas already has to use his legs. Dustin Thomas would find Brandon Turner, the fullback. However, Turner would have to come back on Thomas's pass. He loses 3, so 3rd and 12. Will Wake Forest go 3 and out? Well, Dustin Thomas has other suggestions. He rolls out right, has nobody, then has Anthony Johnson, who only needs 1 foot in bounds in college, and he toe drags it to precision. So, from 3rd and 12 to 1st and 10, Desmond Wortham will do his thing, makes 2 men miss on his speed, and then the cutback juke. That is absolutely disgusting. You are not going to stop it. They pick up a first down, and then Desmond Wortham again, spin move inside 7 yards. Wortham would be used a lot in this game, ladies and gentlemen. However, this play, Dustin Thomas says, Desmond, take a break from running. I got you. Touchdown, Deacs. Dustin Thomas dive for the pylon. No contention necessary. 6-0 Wake Forest. PAT makes it 7-0 from Alexander King. And now the game we've all been waiting for. NC State and Clemson in the Textile Bowl from NC State, just down the road from Winston-Salem. That game is tied 7-7. NC State comes into that game 2-7. Can they shock the ACC nation? We'll find out. More updates coming later in the game. Back to our game, Maryland. 3rd and 14, pass completion to Wesley right there. And then Jonathan Adams, he wants to get his name recognized among the running game this game. He picks up 16. And then on 2nd and 2, Maryland likes to run that no-huddle offense. Well, it's going to work because Jonathan Adams picks up another 3 yards. Also picks up a first down. However, Maryland would get to the red zone, and that's all they would get to. 1st and 10, incompletion. 2nd and 10, Rhett Lester looking, incompletion. 3rd and 10, well, if you caught our drift so far, first 2 plays are incompletions. How about a lackadaisy throw from Rhett Lester? Daniel Smith does get credited with a tackle. I don't know why, but he does. And Maryland would attempt a field goal. They put it through the uprights with 12-mile-an-hour winds at their back. So, 7-3 Wake Forest, that would be your score going into the second quarter. 6 minutes to go in the second quarter, Maryland ball. It's been 3 and out games since then. Rhett Lester, 3-step drop. Looking all day, has his man Kramer. And Kramer is going to run, and this time there is a flag on the play, but not because of the offense. Defensive offsides by Cole Griffith. Add 5 to that play, so Maryland, 1 play, takes it to the Wake Forest 37. Would they get a touchdown this time? Well, Lester wants it, and he's going to get it. Almost so. That is Patrick Williams down at the 1, so let's see if they can do anything. 3rd and goal from 1st and goal. Jonathan Adams cut back on the defender, and this time they are in touchdown Wake Forest, or touchdown Maryland, sorry folks. And Maryland up 3, 10-7. Clemson, NC State studio update. Clemson's starting to pull away with it now. Mason, he has a touchdown, and Anthony Townsend, he has 60 yards and a touchdown as well. Tigers on top of the Wolfpack, 21-14. We'll keep you posted. More updates from this score coming later. Second quarter, Desmond Wortham, do what you do, young man. 4 minutes to go in the half, and Wortham shows why Maryland, he's worth it. That is a 68-yard scamper, broke 2 tackles, and then used his pure adrenaline speed afterwards. He would go the distance. No hesitation about him. 14-10 Wake Forest, and that would send our score into halftime. So, at halftime in the Clemson-NC State game, in the Textile Bowl, Clemson up 21-14. As for our halftime game and halftime show, Wake Forest is absolutely dominating Maryland in and out, everywhere and every play basically. From 3 and outs to defensive stands, it's all been there for Wake Forest, but there's still another half of football to play. However, you got to think big here. Beat Maryland, focus on the game of the year. Who would have thought it would be the game of the year? Clemson and Wake Forest from Death Valley. People at FSU and Clemson, well, not this year. The Cinderella story continues, and these halftime stats do show it. 199 yards for Wake Forest as a whole, 1350 time of possession. Granted, to Maryland's time of possession, 6 minutes 9 seconds, and only a blistering total of 143 yards of offense. So, third quarter action, second half action is underway, and Jonathan Adams will waste no time. 2 minutes to go in the third. More 3 and out football here in BB&T in Winston-Salem. 17-10 Wake, and Patrick Williams, he's going to get some looks on this drive, folks. He is a sleeper. Don't let him get away from you because he will burn you. Bolden, 1st and 10, picks up around 15, another first down, and then Rhett Lester to who else? Patrick Williams, pushed into the end zone. Good ball control to hang on to the football afterwards, and we have ourselves a tie game. Fourth quarter now, 4:20 to play. Man in motion is Tyree Harris. Handoff to Desmond Wortham. Only 1 yard there. 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Dustin Thomas has a man, or does he? Curtis Crosby can't hang on for a 1st and goal opportunity. So that brings up 3rd down. And with only 3.5 minutes to play in the game, every possession counts. Desmond Wortham slip screen to the right, can't get there, so they will call on their field goal kicker. And King is good. Alexander King puts it through the uprights. Field goal game. And with this Wake Forest defense all year round, it's nearly impossible to stop. You really only have one shot on offense with this kind of time remaining. Well, Lester, 1st and 10. To 2nd and 10. Then 2nd and 10, just like before halftime, ladies and gentlemen, has nobody except the Wake Forest defenders who almost pick it off. Eric Byers got his hands on it. That was his 2nd deflection of the day. And then 3rd and 10, Kramer will go down 1 yard shy. So instead of going for it, they bring out the field goal unit, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. 57-yard field goal. 12-mile-an-hour winds against you, and then Desmond Wortham would put the dagger in the heart. Wake Forest ends up on top 20-7 with that 1st down run, and they have got to be loving life right now. They will run out the clock, and Wake Forest improves to 6-0, sorry, on conference play, and they improved to 8-2 on an overall. Clemson, NC State, unfortunately, Clemson did pull out the victory. They won by 14. So next week, game of the year. Wake Forest Demon Deacons, Clemson Tigers from Death Valley. Wake Forest would move up after this game to 27th in the nation, so they are on the brink. But would a loss affect them? Well, they're not thinking about losing. They're thinking about upsetting the world even more after Florida State. And then Clemson. And then the ACC championship game. But we'll see you guys next week from Death Valley. It should be a fun one. Take care, everyone. Once again, your final Wake Forest 20, Maryland 17 from BB&T Field.